Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0. Liverpool end their pre-season tour of America with a flourish. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, today's video is going to centre around the result and performance of Liverpool's game against Manchester United in the very early hours of Sunday morning, especially if you're over here in England, of course. Liverpool won by 3-0 on the day. A very good performance, very good victory all round. But of course, it's only pre-season. We obviously can't read too much into it, but it's still very nice to, of course, beat a fierce rival. We're going to be talking about the game, we're going to be talking about the performance, the result, and everything else in between. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always very greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That'll make for great and interesting reading. I'm sure they very much will. Would love to hear from you all and what you have to say about Liverpool and everything else that's going on with them pre-season. So please do use and abuse that comment section, people. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down there. But without further ado, let's go on with the video. Let's talk Liverpool. Let's talk Liverpool, the performance, the result, and everything else in between. So, first and foremost, I'll say this. It is pre-season. You can't read too much into it. I admit you can't read too much into it. But it's still a very good result. It's still a very good performance overall. And of course, it's just very nice to beat Manchester United. I don't care what we beat Manchester United in. I don't care if it is a pre-season game. I don't care if it is a league game. I don't care if it's a cup game, a cup final, or even if it's just the coin toss at the beginning of the game. I want to beat Manchester United at everything and anything, because that's just how I was grown up on that rivalry. So yeah, I'm very much happy with the result, of course. But like I say, the results in pre-season aren't the be-all and end-all. They are just obviously something to add to the game in this particular aspect. In terms of the performance, wasn't the best, wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but you saw more signs of what Arne is trying to get across to his team. I thought 3-0 somewhat flattered us. I thought we were very good going forward. I thought some of the football that we played was very good. A couple of the goals that we scored were very well taken. Fabio Carvalho showed good calming composure to obviously finish his goal in the first half. The second goal was very well taken as well. Very good setup play by Mohamed Salah. And obviously Curtis Jones arriving at the right place at the right time to finish it off. And then, of course, the third goal by Kostas Tsimikas was brilliant play in the build-up. Jota shot, saved, spills out to Tsimikas, who makes no mistake from very close range and finding the back of the net. I thought there was some there's some very good build-up play. I thought there was some very good football being played by the team. I like our attacking intent going forward. I like what we're doing. We're showing some good intent. We're showing some good tenacity. We're showing some good some good pressing at times, especially in the final third of the pitch, where we're really pressing up high to try and win the ball back in some good positions. There is still a lot of work to be done. We need to work on our control of the game, and I think a lot of that will come down to if we buy a number 6, which I think is a must. I think after seeing us in pre-season, a number 6 is desperately needed. Don't get me wrong. I think some of the players that we have played in that role have done okay. But we desperately need a number 6, a CDM, a proper defensive midfielder to properly control that midfield. Because as good as what we were going forward, I thought defensively we were a little suspect at times. And Manchester United did create a number of decent opportunities. Now, granted, a large number of those opportunities were half chances that they either should have done better with, or we did very well to recover, get back, defend very well, and to sort of take the sting out of their attacking move. Some of those chances, of course, was down to last-ditch defending. Some of them was down to excellent goalkeeping by one of the two goalkeepers that, of course, played each 45-minute period. So I thought we did very, very well in terms of the attacking front, but defensively, we are a little suspect at times. Now, I think we are a bit more resolute. I think we are a bit more defensively solid than what we have been in the past, but as you can clearly tell, we lack a little control from time to time. We need that defensive midfielder there to protect the back four, to break up play, and to obviously start the transition from defence into attack. And I think if we can get that, and if we can get that player that is going to be that guy that is going to be quick, that's going to be alert, that is going to be aware and very intelligent on the pitch, as well as obviously being just naturally physically strong and obviously loves a challenge, I think we'll be sound for next season. I think we will. I think what we saw yesterday was a team that the players that obviously have been there since the start of pre-season are slowly but surely getting used to match days again. You obviously have a couple of players that obviously were bleeded into that team a little slowly because they came out from international duty late. Kanate yesterday being one of them. He was very, very poor yesterday, but to be expected somewhat. A bit sluggish and a bit slow yesterday, but to be expected from obviously only just coming back from international duty, obviously having had a later break with France getting so far in the European Championships. And then of course they've got other players to come back, and you know, I think today the Dutch lads are back. I think going forward we'll obviously get the other players back. We'll get the likes of Trent back. We'll obviously get Alisson, Nunez, Diaz. So yeah, we've got a lot of players that are to be bleeded into this team a little bit more as the pre-season continues. But it's positive so far. I've got to say, it is looking a little positive so far. There's nothing to write home about just yet. It's nothing to get too overboard on. It's nothing to get too excited about. There's still obviously a long way to go, and it obviously is pre-season. But there's a little bit there of more optimism and a bit more excitement than what there was before Arne Slot came in. Like, we can see what he's trying to do. We can see the kind of shifting in formation. We can see the fluidity in which he's trying to play with various players dropping into areas or advancing into different areas. We can see that sort of fluidity that is slowly starting to become apparent, and is obviously slowly starting to obviously work its way into the different players' games. I like it. I like what I'm seeing so far. And obviously I can't wait for the other players to come back. The likes of you Trent Alexander-Arnold, you Virgil van Dijk's, you Alexis McAllister's as well, a player who I strangely didn't mention. You know, them three in particular are going to work wonders. And then you just wonder where Cody Gakpo is going to work, where, you know, if Darwin Núñez still has a future. There's reports out today suggesting that Darwin Núñez is going to be the main man up front for Arne Slot, and how well that can work. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can maybe find that clinical edge that he's been missing for the entirety of his Liverpool career so far, and whether Arne Slot can help him discover it. But yeah, there is a lot there to work with. There's a lot there to be intrigued by. I'm just on the Núñez thing, by the way. I'm sort of losing my patience on him a little bit, as you could probably tell by previous videos that I've done. But it does seem like we have to make the most of it, because it does seem like he's going to be here at least for the forthcoming season. So we'll obviously wait and see on the whole Núñez thing. But yeah, really intrigued by pre-season so far. Really intrigued by how well it's going. We sign off on the US tour with a flourish, a 3-0 victory against Manchester United. I just want to see more control from Liverpool. I just want to see a bit more control. I like the fluidity. I like what we do when we spring defense into attack. I like the kind of football that we do play, and the intentions of our attacking play. But fair few times in this tour, we have been carved open a little bit too easy, and I think that relies purely on it being pre-season, so players aren't exactly overexerting themselves, and I understand why. And B, I do think we need a genuine number 6, a DM, and I've been calling out for it as a lot of Liverpool fans have for the entirety of pre-season. But I think it is more evident in this game that we definitely need a new CDM before the Premier League starts. That to me is a definite. We need to go and find one. We need to go and sign one almost immediately, because that is the one area that I am worried about. And we can play all the nice football that we want, but if our defence is not protected, if our midfield isn't balanced, if our midfield isn't physically strong enough, we'll be unprepared again. We will be unprepared. So it'll be very interesting to see where we go from here, what happens in terms of the transfer window and everything. But 3 wins out of 3 on the US tour for Arne Slot to kick off his Liverpool reign as manager is obviously a very promising and very interesting and exciting start to life there for the new Reds manager. We'll also have to wait and see how things continue, of course, whether it be in the transfer window or as pre-season continues. We've got a couple more games, 2 or 3 more games on the cards now, between now and obviously the start of the season for the Reds. So that's going to be very interesting to see how we do there. But otherwise, yeah, decent win against Manchester United. Just on Manchester United, by the way. Played some good football at times. Should have done better in front of goal on a few other occasions. They should have been a bit more clinical. Should have made the right decision. But you can see the improvements already on Manchester United. As much as I don't like and hate to say it, you can definitely see the improvements on Manchester United. Whether or not that will continue into the new season or not remains to be seen. I'm praying, obviously, it doesn't. But yes, United, you can tell there are slight improvements in areas for Manchester United that obviously we wait to see the consistency and sustainability of them kind of things. But like I say, United did play very well last night. I didn't think the 3-0 scoreline. I thought Liverpool was just obviously a bit more clinical, as you can tell from the scoreline. Bit flattering towards the Reds, of course it was, but at the same time, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. A 3-0 victory against United is always very, very, very nice, regardless of the scenario and what type of game it is. But there you have it. Those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Liverpool's pre-season tour in America? What do you make of the performances, the results, and everything else in between? I would love to know what you guys are thinking and feeling about Liverpool and Arne Slot down below in that comment section. Use and abuse that section, people. Talk to me on this. Would love to hear from you all on what you have to say on this particular matter. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up. Enjoy the video. Subscribe if you're new and want to see more content like this. Both things always and very greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll soon speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you all again very, very soon. In which, I think later on this week I will be talking more about Liverpool. Probably be going a bit more in depth as to the pre-season stuff, and also I'll be talking about why Liverpool should be challenging the Premier League title. So a lot more to come from this pre-season content. Speak to you all again very soon, people. Peace.